you don't have time, you don't think you have enough time. The big thing is, the big secret I'm going to tell you today is that you create time. Let's go. My name's Noya and I'm here to inspire you every day, to inspire you into action so you create the perfect life for you, the life that you're meant to live. And today we're talking about time. We're talking about creating time. We're talking about your excuses about I don't have enough time. This is what I hear all the time. I don't have the time to do this. I don't have the time to do that. That's the issue. So every time I say, okay, I want to have this business, or I want to do coaching. I hear this all the time with people that I help to do coaching, right? And they say, I haven't got the time. Yes, they've got other things to do, but the reason is that they don't prioritise. They don't prioritise their important thing in their life, right? So you have these things called urgent and important tasks, okay? Urgent and important tasks. You have things that are not urgent but important. So these things that you live in your life they're not urgent but they're important, right? So it's really around making sure that you put those important but not urgent tasks at the front of your mind, because those are the ones that are going to develop growth, right? Urgent important tasks are things like maybe you have a complaint here, or you've got to sort something out very, very quickly to sustain your safety in your life, or whatever it is. So these are not urgent but important tasks because they're for your growth. They're for the thing that you really believe in. So when people talk about this whole thing, what I usually find is I come up with the excuse, I have no time. When you think about time, we've all got the same amount of time. We've all got the same amount of time. I think there are 1,440 minutes in a day. I mean, you correct me on that. I think I did a previous video on this one. But again, it's thinking about, we all have the same amount of time. And when you think about great leaders and the things they did, you've got Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey, David Goggins, they all have the same amount of time as us. The difference between them and you is that they prioritise what's important to them. They prioritise the thing that they think that's going to make you grow, okay? That's what the difference is. You're just saying I haven't got time because you just say it's not important enough to you. There's two things about this. One, the task isn't that important to you. You think it's important, but you're not really invested in it. Two, you're afraid. You're afraid to jump into the task. You're afraid to take a step. You're afraid to do it because you're thinking about what are people going to say? What are people going to do about this? Because if I start to reveal this thing about me, it's quite vulnerable because it's a thing I really love or want to do. What people say, you worry too much about other people's opinion, and this is what I want you to do. So this is how we get around it. If this task, if this opportunity, if this amazing thing in your life is the thing that you want to do, you're obsessed about it, you just want to do it every day, like for me it's the coaching, then you need to make time for it. So for instance, for me, I'm very much into self-development, because self-development for me is the cornerstone of coaching. If I'm going to coach you, I have to be willing to improve myself. Now, I might, by all means, not perfect. I still have a lot of growth. If I think that I've done it all, I'm the greatest, then I've lost. I've got to continue to learn every single day. This is why I do the videos. This is why I look for things to start to test me, to start to stretch me. Like even today, I'm recording this video before everybody's got up in the house. Because that for me is a stretch zone. That for me is learning. That for me is, how do I get this into my day? So when I do that, I'm creating time. I'm creating time for the thing that's really important to me. As is coaching you with this video, right? If I didn't do that, this would not be happening right now. This would not be happening with you watching this video, whatever time zone you're watching it in, because these videos go across the world, you're watching it because I got up early and I recorded the video for you. So this is what I mean by creating time. You create it. So for me, there was this, I did a video previously, Best Life 30 video for Evan Carmichael. Now, I get up early in the morning to do all my routines, okay? I journal, I meditate, I do a bit of exercise, I do all these types of things. I record a daily video, a video every single day, and that's a routine I have to get me started on the day, get me into state, right? Get me into state, get me mind into the state that I need to focus on my big vision, the big goal for Inspiration Nation, to make it huge, to go global. But to do that, I have to start with those actions every single day. Now, the Best Life 30 challenge was another task to come in, okay? But it's important for me to do this task because, again, it's improving my mindset, improving what I do, reflecting on where I am. So I made time for it. So every day for the next 30 days, we're going to do it. I'm going to do it. In fact, just to prove to you it's happening, we're on day 30. You can see that. Day 30, which is, it's 30 days, but we're on day 9. That was yesterday. As I'm recording this video, day 9. See that? On day 9, today is day 10. Day 10. And so it's bringing these things in. So it's all around making sure that you bring it in. So creating time is making time for it. So I'm going to prove to you where you create time. You think you don't create time, right? You think I've got the kids, I've got my job, I've got to do the shopping, I've got to wash my car, I've got to cut the grass, I've got to make sure my partner's happy. We've got all these things going on. Everybody has them, right? Everybody has these different schedules. You're going to have your own schedule. I've got my schedule. I've got to get my right life balance, right? But in that balance, you're not balanced because you're not doing the thing that fills you up. You're not creating time. You're not making space for it. So to make space for it, you have to get it in. You have to schedule it into your day. Now, for me, I just told you, what I do is I get up before everybody else. On a weekday, I get up just after 5 a.m. or 5 a.m. to do my meditation journaling. No one's up. On a weekend, I still get up early because I want to record the videos. So once a week, I get and record the videos. This is what you need to do. So I'm going to prove to you, as I said, what you do to create time. So remember when a big significant event happened in life. Maybe you've got married.Maybe you've gone on a holiday. Maybe you've organised a surprise party. Maybe you have helped out in the community. Maybe you've, built a shed, had a building project, decorated the house, all those things. Now, that you decided at that point that you were going to make that happen. You're going to commit to it. So say, for instance, a holiday, you've got to ring the travel agents or you've got to go online. You've got to do all those types of things, and it takes time, it takes effort. But the reason you created the time, the reason you created the space for it, because you really wanted it. You're not creating time because you don't want it enough. You don't want to have it. Now, if you were really serious, you would do it. So I'm going to ask you a question. Is the thing that you want to bring into your life really that important? If it's not, you're never going to do it. You're going to have to come up with a big enough reason to make it happen. A big enough reason. What's the big vision for this thing you want to bring into the world? Maybe you want to be a musician. Maybe you want to be an actor. Maybe you want to be a musical theatre person, musical theatre actor. All these types of things. Maybe you want to be a big business owner, right? Big business owner. So you've got to create time. You've got to learn. You've got to do the craft. You've got to learn the skills. You've got to create the time. You've got to be dedicated, right? And that takes time. But you've got to put it into your day. Maybe you have to get up like me. Maybe you have to get up early before everybody else to put in the work, to get better at the skill, to get better at planning, to get better at learning about business. Because what happens is we don't commit to it. The less you practice, you're not going to become skilled at it. If you're going to create this thing, bring this thing into the world and create time, you've got to get up early, or you've got to fit it around your schedule whenever that is. It's late at night, early in the morning, but you've got to make time for it. And secondly, you've got to be honest with yourself about the skills. Do you have the skill yet? Do you have the skill to create it? If not, you've got to start to train yourself to get the skills. Maybe you need to go on a course. Maybe you need to learn more about finance. Maybe you need to do more about video. Maybe you need to, look at different content around, acting, whatever it is. But that's the time. That's the dedication. That's the craft. If you want to bring things into the world, that's how you create time. You create time by making the time. You have to look at your day, you look to prioritise what's important to you and go, this has got to happen. It's not oh, I think I should do that. It's no, this must happen. And the only way you can do that is by making sure you plan it, and you make sure you get a routine, and you make sure it fits into your life, and you make it happen. Just like the wedding, maybe, just like the surprise party, just like, I don't know, whatever the thing is, I don't know, whatever it is in your life, a significant thing that you've done, you create time for it. And that's what this whole thing is about. So you can create time. You just don't have a big enough reason for you to create time. And that's what your superpower is. You can absolutely bring this into your life. The question is, are you prepared to do the work? Are you prepared to pay the price? Are you prepared to make the sacrifice to create time to make the thing happen for you? So I'm wishing you the best, because it is difficult, it's hard, but if this thing talks to you, if this video speaks to you, you need to take action now. And we don't just talk about things here, right? We don't talk about it, we want to take action. So what I want you to do is, when you started, when you planned, well, not even when you planned, I want you to talk about when you've actually written it down, and when you actually started to take action. Maybe you got up early, right? Maybe you stayed up late at night, when maybe you've taken an hour out, and I'd say to you, maybe just start small, right? So maybe take half an hour a day to start on the process, because the best thing is to start at the smallest stage possible, right? Maybe spend half an hour on the internet researching what you need to do. Whatever it is, I want you to put your actions in the comments below. I want you to commit to making your life happen for you, because you're probably sitting there going, oh, my life's the same, I'm living the same old life, I haven't got the time. Those are just excuses. Remember the excuses, to go back. You can create time. I want you to create time. I want you to live your life. I want you to have the biggest, boldest life. I want you to have the life that you really, really want. But you, no one else, you have got to create it. It's not your partner, it's not your children, it's not your friends. They're not going to create it for you. You have to create it. You have to step into it. You have to step into your fear. You have to bring it into the world and not care what other people say, because you believe in it. And I want you to say, I believe in me. I am good enough. I am ready. There's never a perfect time. Create time and you will win. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love it if you checked out the video here, how to live your best life in 30 days, Best Life 30 with Evan Carmichael. Also, I'd love it if you subscribed right here. It would mean a lot to me. So it's Inspiration Nation, and I'll see you there.